How's it going, gamers? It's Chongo here, and today I have got a Counter-Strike source commentary, and today I'm going to be discussing if motion controls can be used in hardcore games like shooters. Now, so far what I've seen, motion controls cannot be used well in shooters. Like, I think I saw the Move trying to use them in a shooter, and it just looked ridiculous. Like, why would you go for something where you've got to hold it up weirdly and do all this kind of stuff when you can just grab a controller? I mean, it's going to take forever to do something like that. And one of the only uses that I've ever seen, or like I've heard about that I don't know if they're actually going to implement it, is like if they used Connect in a hardcore shooter, like where you still use the controller, but for example, like the regroup command, you could move your finger around in a circle. Whereas like something like that's a lot easier than having to, try and hold something else that's movement thing instead of just grabbing a controller. And it still feels like all these motion controls and like connect, move, Wii and all that kind of stuff are still in their like first stages, and it's going to take a long time for them to get to, well, what we're hoping they'll get to is like a virtual reality kind of simulator thing. And since these are all still in their basic or beginning stages, it still feels like a novelty to have it. Like I myself have a Kinect, and I probably haven't used it that much over the last year, but towards the end of last year, I was using it quite a bit because it just come out. It was a novelty, it was fun, and all that kind of stuff. And then this year, I've probably only used it, I don't know, a handful of times. And my personal opinion on motion controls is if you're going to do it, you might as well go the whole way, not have some other little controller thing. Do the whole thing, you don't need a controller like what Kinect's doing, but a little bit further, because you can't implement that into every game, and at the moment we've got like Connect Sports and that kind of games. Like, there's still quite a few games to play, but it's going to take a while for them to be implemented into existing games, not just have a Connect game, have a game that's got Connect in it. Now, Ghost Recon Future Soldier launches next year, and when I was at the EB Expo, I saw a gun generator thing that they had used with voice commands from Connect, where basically you could say optimize for range, and then the gun would like completely, all the parts would pull apart, and then it would come together to like make a range-based gun. It was really awesome, but still, that's like a novelty. I mean, you could just have each different setup, but I suppose it's more of just a quick thing instead of having to go through all your options and select it just by saying one word or two words to try and create the gun in seconds was really awesome. Because of the microphones and cameras in Kinect, it's a lot easier to implement that into games rather than Move, for example. I mean, you can still have it, but you can't have a controller and that. Another great thing about these motion controls being released is the developers have one idea for it, and it seems to usually, when it starts off, all you get is these sports and dancing kind of games. But at the EB Expo, I also saw some guy who had hacked the Kinect to be used as like a DJ system, where he'd move his hand along and it'd make different sounds. And it's really awesome to see that people are able to hack this kind of software and create something that, like, I'm pretty sure Microsoft, when they sat there and created this, they had no idea it could be used for that at all. The reason I think there's only a couple of games released for motion controllers now, and they're usually solely that game, so for example it would be like a Move game or a Kinect game or a Wii game, is because game developers don't really want to be innovative and try something new in a game when they know what they does like works, and they don't want to risk trying something new that'll, people say, oh, look, this game's got motion controls in it now, it's a freaking kids game, I don't want to play this. And I think that's what they're trying to think, and they're trying to stick by just what they've done by the book and keep doing that, and don't want to risk anything. And what disappoints me about motion controls is they show you what can be done with them, but what actually is done with them are two completely different things. Like, I remember watching E3 when they did the Milo and Kate demo, thinking, holy crap, that is awesome. If you could sit there and like have a conversation with AI like that, and it would be able to tell your reactions if you're sad and like what you're saying and scan stuff in. And then there is no games that use like a feature like that. Motion controls could be a lot better than they already are, but there's a lot more effort that needs to be put in and improvements to actually make sure that it could work properly with games other than just solely based Connect games or Move games and that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching this commentary. If you've got any feedback, please put it below, and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And I've got a question. How do you feel about motion controls? Do you hate them? Do you think that they're just a novelty, or do you actually enjoy them? Also, my new upload schedule is going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm in Australia, so it'll be that time, so it might be a bit different depending where you are. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to start that this week, and hopefully I will continue that for as long as possible. Thanks for watching. See you next time.